Hello, everybody. Welcome back to some Subnautica Below Zero. In between parts, I don't think I built anything new. Maybe. I did put up a couple of the posters that we found. I just put them in here because I didn't know where to put them. I only have so much space in my room that I made. So I put the artwork ones up here, and then I built a little desk here. That's right, and I put a couple of the things on there. And I built the bed. you know, put the necklace up there next to the picture and everything. And I don't think, no, I think I put stuff up there and then took it down because I'm like, I'm never up there anyway. I mean, the whole point of that room is just to hold these. And I kind of wish that they had a, something to make it so like I could remove the floor so it was just one really big room instead of having the second floor there. Like, that would be awesome. Especially since the only thing in this room are the two-tier alien containments. But anyway, um, heading to the other above ground area. I did load some stuff in our storage compartment, so that will be prepared when we get there, including a lot of batteries, because I don't know how the one thing is actually going to work. So, figured just load as many batteries as I can, and it'll be fine. So first things first, because apparently this area is like not as dangerous as you would think. I'm also getting really like a bunch of lag right here for some reason.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Um, Mainly because like the prawn suit, if you have like the jump jet upgrade, uh, you can like more or less avoid the majority of the actual danger here. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Maybe I should. All right, let's see now if that fixes it. Uh, yeah, I just reloaded my game because it's been on the quick resume mode for, well, since I started recording it again. Um, and they stay in there for too long, they do tend to get a little laggy. But anyway, yeah, we're heading to the Glacial Bay area, which is to the northwest. Although now that I think of it, based on where we actually built the base, we just need to head just west, actually. Let's see. Get that as much east of us as we can. Because, yeah, it's almost straight west of our base. It's actually a little bit south, too. Considering that we're heading to the northwest corner of the map, it's kind of weird that we have to go a little bit south to reach the entrance to it. So now it's a glacial bay, and supposedly there's a dock, which leads me to believe that I can just drive my truck straight in there without any issues and find it. Um, but that's not necessarily the case, especially with the back end I got on this thing. Oh, but I see a cable, and which I do believe should be close to the dock. And actually, dock might just be more south. I really don't know. I mean, this looks promising. At least I feel like it looks promising, but I've never been here before. We got more of the eye jellies, which is fine, because I'm pretty sure that I feel like they make me feel better, similar to like the reefbacks in the first game, because like if these things are here, I feel like the big leviathans aren't. just because like these things do damage whenever they're touched and having the and you know the leviathans attack shit. So I feel like them managing to program the leviathans to like go around them and shit are just like basically next to zero. Okay, so there's an antenna and there's the dock. Awesome. Look at me finding it right away. That is absolutely fantastic. All right. 4, just go a little under to make it easier to get in and out of here. Ugh.
Zeta, I have kind of a funny question for you. Have you picked up any kind of unusual interference during any of your robotics work?
You mean like Parvin looking over my shoulder and telling me I'm assembling my circuits wrong because it's not how his dad did it back in the day?
No, like electrical interference in the audio or video. Any kind of flickering or clicking.
Huh, can't say that I have. Why?
Oh, so it doesn't extend as far as the bay.
What doesn't?
When Fred was bringing me for my eval, we detected something, almost like an SOS.
At Delta? How retro. What was causing it?
I think architects are trying to communicate with us.
You always think that.
Look, it may be my job to always think that, but I'm very good at my job. Not that HR seems to care.
I won't breathe a word of this to Emmanuel.
Thanks. You're a good friend.
All right. Sure, I'll take a first aid kit. I may get chomped on. You know, I should have, if I was thinking right, I would have left the teleport module at home because these things, the ice worms that we're gonna come across here, do have an insta kill attack. The pouch bulb grows in clusters with an intertwining root system that filters water into its pouch. The root system has antifreeze proteins that prevent the formation of ice crystals in intracellular structures. Once the water is pulled into the pouch, it is stored for later use. However, the pouch is also lined with antifreeze properties, making its contents unfit for human consumption. Well, that's a shame. Snow cone. The violet snow cone is a large surface plant that gradually sheds its stem, creating a melted appearance at the base. Over time, the shedded material begins to harden, creating a thick protective shell around the stem of the plant. This shell creates an obstacle for animals trying to get to its nutritious flower and water-rich interior. I like that it sheds and it just like builds up around it. That's cool. All right, so there's a couple of ways to approach this. Like I said, I've never been here before, so I don't know exactly how the ice worms work. I did read up on it, but that only gets you so far. Battery, sure, I brought lots of those with me, but I can always use another one. Nutrient block, definitely don't need that. Now there's supposed to be something else. Another jukebox disc here. Let's see, where exactly? No, not that. No, this thing. On the table on the platform. Oh, fuck me. Fucking blind. JT Music, I know those guys too. I listen to them currently, actually. Unlike, what was that? Try Hard Ninja was the other one we got that I actually. That was something that I actually listened to. Let's see, what is this? Oh, well, that's weird. So there is another entrance that I'm assuming bypasses the ice worms altogether, but apparently you need to get inside of it first to open it up. Because of course you do. Okay, there's supposed to be some more containers around here. Oh, yeah, quartz. Don't need quartz right now. Don't really need anything right now. Actually, we're doing.
All Terra facility beacon detected nearby. Unique identifier. Phi Robotics Center.
Okay. Um, but yeah, it's We're surprisingly good on materials. Okay, where are these other... Because... Okay, well, if my stuff is there, then I need to head northwest. Oh, Phi Robotics Center. That's where we already were, right? I think so. That leads back to the other place. But why would it only tell me about that from this direction? That's weird. Anyway, should I just get the... Yeah, let's just grab the prawn suit. So yeah, the ice worms are kind of like tremors or sandworms or you know what? Think any kind of fantasy sci-fi with big worms that with giant worms, and you probably got
Welcome
what these
aboard,
things are.
Captain.
Not necessarily in the looks, but in the function, where um, they detect movement above the ground, and then you have will it come from below to attack? Um, but the thing with these guys are apparently they are dangerous, but they're also super easy to avoid. Like for example, with the prawn suit, you would think that's got to make a lot of noise in that, right? It's like yes, but they can't detect you in the air. So as long as like you, although it says like to use, but I mean obviously you can't really stay airborne with it. So yeah, I don't know what that's about. But they're like if you use this and the grappling arm and whatnot, it works. Got more water. Okay.
There is something of significance beyond this bridge. It was important to Ultera, but more important to me.
Will it help us build you a body?
I believe so, yes.
Requires hydraulic fluid for operation. Attention, check fluid levels. Alright. So we got the blueprint for that. And I guess... I mean, that's definitely not... Just gonna leave my prawn suit here, actually. That way I'm not that I really have to worry about getting lost on my way back there, but just titanium, that's fine. Maybe the containers are in here. No, this seems like I'm traveling way too far. It would help if I knew, because I mean the bridge is that way and it heads north, but that goes west. I don't know. Gonna go back and make the hydraulic fluid anyway. Because I know I can do that. Because I know I brought that stuff, or what I needed for it with me. Which is kind of cheating since, technically I didn't know what I needed yet. Since I didn't have the recipe available. But, still. Actually, now come to think of it, I think the hydraulic fluid was this and that. Oh, look at that. What a coincidence. Just happened to bring exactly what I needed to make it. I also didn't bring my armored suit, but even though I spent very little time outside of my vehicle's last part, or last whatever, in the last area, but I figured it was still worth it to keep this one, because if I'm going to be in the vehicles anyway, I'm also not really going to be taking damage, so. There we go. That in, and then I didn't need more than one, did I? Oh, it just hadn't. Okay. Okay, so with that working now, although, because if that's the bridge, oh my god. Oop. Now the thing with the ice worms though is that you can't deal with them. Like you just have to deal with them, like you can't permanently deal with them or anything. I just walk into one of those stupid birds. The sky raised.
I'm sensing interesting patterns to the northeast. It would be worth investigating. But be careful.
Of what?
I recall ravenous creatures tunneling beneath the ice.
Yep. Another first aid kit. I will use the snow fox here as well. But the other thing with getting the prawn suit across is at the far end of this place, there is a couple of apparently ion cube deposits or something somewhere in here. I saw it when I was looking earlier, although I don't seem to be finding it now, which is weird. I could have swore I saw something there about ion cube deposits, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. Okay, so I saw there was a cave. Oh. Come on. Okay, anyway. Okay, well that's obviously a tight fit. Yeah. Oh, well there's an ion cube though. So that's always good. And what is this artifact? I don't think we've come across one of these ones. Scans indicate that this array of alien hardware serves to accumulate and quickly release megajoules of energy and is charged by ion cubes stored within these supercapacitors. May be used to smooth transient power events on the conduits connecting various architect sites. Okay. And then there's supposed to be another ion cube in here. And then I guess that's it. Got some silver ore. Silver is still the one that I need the most of. But I'm not going to worry about it too much. In fact, what I'm grabbing here is probably more than enough. And like I said, we're doing really good on resources. Back at the base, so yeah, that should be good then, because I mean we got lots of diamonds and rubies and shit, so yeah. Okay, and then we have okay. All right. Where did I? Oh, I ran right by it. Oh fuck! Again with this. Just can't I have to go back across to go, like, across the bridge? Kind of looks like it. Let's see, is there anything east of here that I care about? Doesn't really... Doesn't really look like it. No, because like you said, the only entrance, the only other entrance to where that uh, bridge leads is underwater, but you need to come at it from the other side in order to get through it. That was weird. It's kind of like I was floating through, like, underneath that arch there. Alright. Now, as long as I don't fall off again. Oh. Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to... I guess I can check what's in this container. Stay airborne to avoid the things, because
Welcome
it's
aboard,
not like
Captain.
you have, like, flight time with this or anything. Like, unless you can maybe install multiple of the thrusters, but that seems unlikely. Okay, let's head west. Okay, so this has got to be upper ice cave. Now, I think I know what to look for when we actually will have to deal with the ice worms, and this is definitely not it. Because it should be like a big open area. Oh, another first aid kit, sure. Thumper batteries. I am speaking on behalf of the entire mining crew. Day in and day out, we are risking our lives in this cursed territory. When we signed up for this mission, we were not told about these ice worms. We lost a solid fifth of the crew before Altera took any action. 6 of our friends were emergency shuttled off the planet. Marcus was supposed to retire after this job. Instead, he was skewered by an ice worm. Have you even seen someone get skewered by an ice worm? These thumpers that the company developed are just a stopgap solution. They do a great job of distracting the ice worms when they have power. How are we supposed to use them when the batteries burn out so quickly? Would it be possible to send us additional replacement batteries? A little more juice would go a long way. All right. So that's telling you how to deal with the ice worms, which is uh, a blueprint that we should get somewhere around here. Oh, right here, maybe. The thumper is a simple device that sends high
New
impact sonic
blueprint
impulses
synthesized.
down through a tetrapod base, potentially disturbing would-be underground attackers in a small area. A weighted disc extends from the top of the device and is propelled to the surface in an isochronal cadence. The thumper, a headache is a small price to pay. So apparently the developer straight up said, yeah, we stole this from Dune. Um, I mean, it's a monster that hunts by vibrations, so it's, you stole it from Dune, but, like, realistically, what else are you going to do against something like that? Uh, I love and hate exploring these tunnels. They're marvels to the power of the ice worms. The sheer amount of ice they are able to cut through in moments takes us a couple days. Their tunneling mechanism is ruthlessly efficient. Our could only dream of having this sort of mining capability. The ice worms uncover mineral-rich pockets as they tunnel, but going beneath the surface is so risky, we've lost so many already. I don't understand why we have to stay in this particular area of the glacier. I can't wait to get off this hellhole, ice hole, whatever. Hopefully you're enjoying the relative calm at Kappa. Well, it didn't go well there either, but I want to say that it went better. But anyway, okay, I don't really care about the Altera containers because they don't really have anything useful in them. I mean, like, we get the occasional battery in that, but like, I'm not gonna go out of my way. I'm saying this as I'm marking them off on my map that I'm looking at, just because like there's really no reason for me to go out of my way in order to get them, you know? Yeah, look at all that ore. But like I said, I'm doing really good with stuff right now. But hey, if I need it, I mean, we got titanium and silver here and everything. Like, and I mean, this, kind of annoying to get to just because of how far away it is from the base. But I mean, like, don't need to really worry about anything here. Although I will admit, I really should have brought a beacon with me so I could mark the dock. Better fucking stay still. Yes, I finally got it. The Skyray has a bird-like head and feathered wings, which enable it to fly. Skyrays are commonly found circling floating structures and rarely venture far out to sea. They will perch on dry land, but are prone to flee on approach. Although its wings give it some resemblance in silhouette to the waterborne rays on 4546b, analysis shows no greater genetic overlap with those species than the planetary average. In fact, Skyray appears to have split off the evolutionary tree much earlier than most. Largely seed-based diet, skyrays have not been observed diving for food, which implies they rely on land-based plants for their survival. Presence may indicate nearby dry land. Yeah, because that's how you find the two islands in the first game, is you can see those buggers there. I don't remember them being such a pain to. See, this could be. Well, maybe not. Anyway, where we going? We need to head just there. I don't know. I mean, this is clearly a cave system, but I don't know. Like, I don't know what cave. There is a lot of them on this map. Oh. Never mind. I think it's this one. Some cabling. These high-density architect cabling structures have been discovered running between various sites of known architect activity on 4546b. The cable housing contains what are effectively a form of multi-mode fiber optic communication networks, physically shielded by a microscopic layer of pressed diamond dust. Okay. Okay, so there are two entrances apparently to this place. My only real issue is I don't really know how to get over to where I need to go. Here. Okay, so if those are the two entrances, so I think if I go out here, yeah, this still doesn't look like what they describe the ice worm territory looking like. But it doesn't look like I can go north anymore here. At the very least, not in my prawn suit. That's fine, though. I don't necessarily want to. Yeah. I don't know. There's no real visual indicator, but I am feeling vibrations in my controller, which is why I keep stopping and looking around. It's like I said, not knowing exactly where like ice worm territory is, Yeah, look at there they are. Apparently they do show up here. So yeah, they'll come out to attack every once in a while. Okay. No, not quite far enough for that. I don't know what people are talking about with prawn suit. You don't get nearly enough airtime. And the grappling hook, like obviously it helps, but I mean you can't really pull yourself. I mean, I guess you can do that kind of nonsense with it, but well, I mean there was an ice worm over there, but I guess we made it out of its territory now. Although I can still hear it. But anyway, we'll head over here because we can build the thumper. And since we're already here, we may as well do that. Okay, so the thumper, I think, was 2 titanium. No, that's not right. No. I needed battery, titanium, and magnetite, maybe? Was that it? Yes, haha. There you go, and
Used
now the
by
thumper.
miners and researchers to explore perilous environments, the thumper creates a steady source of noise
No, I mean, you could have kept talking.
that might repel unwanted creatures by amplifying collision sound waves.
Okay, and then I'll throw those in there. I'll put this titanium back in here, because this is Snowfox stuff. That's so that I can build the charging platform and the upgrade that we need to pick up at some point. But anyway, now I have a thumper for if I need to distract an ice worm away from me. I understand why they did it that way, did it this way, because obviously in like Dune, they use those to attract the worms to them, and then in this one it repels them, and I understand that because like if you needed to use them to like draw them somewhere and then go like draw them, like go and place it way over to the west as so that you can do stuff in the east, like that's a lot of extra. Like that's a lot of extra programming work. That's a lot to get them to interact with it properly. It's a lot of like, it's just a lot. Okay, so if that's the antenna there, maybe that cave is where I need to go. Ooh. There we go. Maybe, I think anyway. I mean, we're about to find out, although I think I just heard another ice worm, which wouldn't be good in here, but come on. No, you're not gonna. Oh. There we go. Alright. You guys are mining, was that quartz maybe? No, I think that's... Ow. Yeah, diamond. Diamond mines, alright. I mean, once again, I have plenty of diamond at home, so I don't need... What are you... What the hell is this? A steam vent, really? Alright. These glacial steam vents, or geysers, are periodic, intense hot water vapor eruptions that emerge from crevices in the ice sheet. The temperature of the steamy water eruption is hot enough to cause severe first-degree burns in any accidental bystander. Those standard Altera multi-purpose dive suits are sufficient for averting skin damage. So basically, it won't hurt, even if you don't have like one of the special suits or anything. It's a nutrient block. Don't need that either. That is just going to be the thumper again. It's kind of weird that getting those also gives you titanium. Like scanning the thing to get like scanning parts that you already have and getting titanium. It kind of makes sense because you can scan metal salvage to get titanium from it, but even then, that itself doesn't really make sense because then theoretically every time you scan a thing it should give you titanium even if you don't already know the recipe. Like I feel like that's very much of just because video game thing. The finalized thumpers are pretty useful. Their original versions were pretty bad, but these give us almost double the time to explore some of the mineral rich nodes. The vibration of the ice worms sometimes knock loose some pretty valuable stuff if you take the time to search for it. I wonder how all these minerals even got trapped in the ice. Well, I mean, just like anywhere else, right? I mean, like, how did any of the minerals get underground? It's like, oh, well, you know, it's underground. It was just there. Oh, and there's an underwater dock and everything. Okay, all right.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Um, okay, don't know what that was about. Oh, look at that. It's so weird. Now it gives me the Fire Robotics landing pad. I've already been there. Like, why are you, like... It's so weird that they gave me that. Okay, so... If we're there... Head north and a little west, I guess. Just basically northwest. Yeah. Maybe slightly more north than west, although I guess it'd just be follow the wall. And to be fair, following the wall seems like it's like the best choice anyway. Because the thing, like the ice worms can't get up on these platforms, I don't think. So like, that's southwest. Oh, look at that, some bitch poked me through there. Wait, how did I get turned around then? Oh. I'm getting caught on just like nothing. Also, is that what happened when we were in the cave? Did the ice worm like poke its fucking head out and stab me or something? Okay. Well, that's just ice. Well, this seems to be working. Weird, but it works, so I mean, I'll take it. I also don't know that I need to worry right here. Like I don't, like I said, I've never been to this area. Like when I was running around in creative mode, I didn't go to either of the overland areas. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I have no idea where I am. I'm just looking to hope that like some formation here, and then like I look at the map and like, does this look like it could be any of this? But it's like I really don't know. Yeah, just need to grapple my way through. Realistically, I just need to find something. Like here's like, no, it's not even a cave here. It's a crevice. Crevasse. I mean, that looks to be potentially something. No, just some more veins. Okay, so I feel like I went north and I went east a lot. But not, so like, okay, so here's a cave, and I see those things. Try and poke my butt. Yep, sure did. Oh, there we go. Alright. Do I fit? I fit. Oh, good lord. You know what? I'm actually gonna pop out here. While it looks like I could get the prawn suit back up if I had to, I'm not entirely sure I'm willing to take that risk. Okay. Do I not? Oh, did I leave the ion cubes? I did leave the ion cubes. So would this take me... Where was the other arch that we found? It was just back at the other bay. Like that was near the robotics lab, right? Was the other arch? So I'm not even sure how useful that would be to be able to teleport between those, like to two overworld locations. Like if the other arch was like somewhere like underwater in like a different location somewhere, like that might be useful, but another battery, I'll take that. First aid kit, I'll take that. Oh, this is one of those elevators. Okay, but hang on a second. All right, sorry about that. Had to pee. I mean, I haven't been recording that long, have I? Like, there's no, yeah, we're not even at an hour yet. Okay, so there is supposed to be another music disc here, but it could very well be at the other end of the elevator. Just iced over a little. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. Oh, another JT music, Take the Dive. I think both of these songs, I'm pretty sure, are the ones they made for the first Subnautica game, because that's what JT Music does, is they make music based off of video games. And they're mostly good. I mean, some of them might be better, like because like there's a few of them that I've listened to and it's like yeah sure, but I haven't played the game, so it's like it's like sure it's fine. The ones that I've listened to where I have played the game though was pretty good for the most part. There are some that were a little bit more than but uh, did I bring? I did not, but I'm sure it's fine. Uh, yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Oh, fuck me. All right, so this is theoretically a path back to the other dock, so it should lead us around to there. Clearly I'm not getting my entire thing through here though. At best, I could get the sea truck by itself through here, but even then I'm not super confident about that. Because I mean the sea truck itself may not be huge, but I've gotten it stuck before. So gotten it stuck before and it took the prawn suit to get it out. And granted I have the prawn suit now. Uh, and it's closer than it was last time I got it stuck, but it's beside the point. Not having too much trouble with the ice worms right now though, which is nice. Um, I was slightly worried about taking the prawn suit because it's like, oh, it's got an insta kill attack and all this and that, and it's like, oh, that could be bad. But then it's worked out so far. Guess I can replace the knife because can't really do anything to that. So yeah, I don't know why you need to be on this side of it, but it did say that you need to be on this side of the tunnel in order to open this, which is kind of weird, but whatever. Okay, did they expect you to fucking cut through this with the and have the prawn, there we go, and have the prawn suit nearby or something? Okay, but since we're here, we can pop over and grab an ion cube and then just swim back through. The eye jellies every once in a while, they kind of look like, from a distance anyway, almost like there's a person there. Alright, so I think we'll grab the ion cube. We'll go power up the arch. Confirm where exactly it lets out. There they are. Throw the titanium, and you know what? We'll throw most of these in there too. I'll keep 2 on me just because it's potentially dangerous. But yeah, I'm not even gonna attempt to get my truck through there. That's just like definitely a no-go. I think, yeah, because it was like right near this cable, right? I think. God, I hope so. Yes, awesome. But yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure that this just leads me to the I don't even remember. I think it's behind Phi Robotics lab, right? In the Glacial Bay. I'm reasonably certain that's where the other alien arch that we scanned came from. Or was, not came from. I just don't see it being particularly useful. Now, to be fair, if we had come here first, um, and then turn this on, it linked there. That would have been super useful because then we just would have been there, right? I mean, like that would be super useful. Or if they had the antidote over here for some reason, our sister risked the ice worms to hide the antidote. But um, be a weird explanation. That would be a hard thing to explain away. But you always have the because video game option. Uh, like then it would be useful. But if that is where it links to, and I don't see any reason why it would link to anywhere else. I mean, most of the no, I guess there was underwater arches in the first game, right? Well, actually, no. Was there, or were they weren't necessarily underwater arches, but like underwater led to caves that then had arches? I honestly don't remember. Because I remember there was one on either island, and then there was one. Yeah, there was definitely different teleporters in the first game that led around to different places, not just overworld locations. I mean, granted, this has a lot more overworld than the first game did, but all right. I said we'll pop this in here, go through to confirm the location, and then we'll probably end the part here. Yeah, this should pop us out behind the Phi Robotics lab. Yeah, that looks right. Yep, like I thought, right behind the Phi Robotics. Alright, well, good to know, I guess. I mean, I had the risk. It's technically that was a waste of an ion cube. Because as far as I could tell, I have no point to having this. Um, okay, that's weird. Oh, whatever. I don't know where you are, but you can just piss off. There's
Welcome
nothing
aboard, Captain.
get me down here. Okay, so let's see. We have if we leave here and we somehow make it west further, like I said, I don't understand this map at all. I don't know which areas are higher, which are lower. Just from the looks of this, from the first ore pit that we found, the first mining platform, we should have theoretically been able to just head north and hit like a big, what looks like a mostly open area with a bunch of ice worm tunnels. And then there's a cave over there called the Ion Cube Cave with a spy penguin point that is also has ion cubes in it to collect apparently. Um, but then like our end goal is north. Like we just need to go north basically. Um, and then we should get some stuff. Because there's a couple of architect sites. There's our Snow Fox module, which I mean at this point I'm not sure it would even be worth it because the only issue I have with this getting the Snow Fox is that we still have to go so much further north in order to get the module or in order to get the recipe for it. And then once we get that, we would then have to travel all the way back um to the sub there to the truck in order to build it. And you might think, oh, well, couldn't you just go and get the stuff for it now? It's like, yeah, but I need the fabricator in order to make it. So there's no point in going and getting it, right? So yeah, we'll end this part here. Although, actually, come to think of it. Oh, whoops. Because I restarted the game and I went pee. So if we just head north and try and get to the although even then, if we get it, I'm not sure that it'll be super useful to go back, because I was gonna say if we go north and get it, um, okay, so we need to go. I really don't know. Based on this map, I have absolutely no idea. Oh, I think I got stabbed. Really, only 5% damage? Wow. Okay, so based on lower mid-ice cave. Okay. So if we go in here, I don't know. I really don't know. And I'd say that I'm tempted to, in between parts, switch over to my... Yeah, I don't know where the hell these things are coming from, but they do, like, no fucking damage. Okay, so I think I know where we are now. So if we headed directly west of here, I think we would hit the Ion Cube Cave. And then we could make our way north, hit the Trivalve Cave to get our 2 other Trivalve eggs that are out here. And then we could hit the Altera platform that has the Snowfox module, pop over to another alien site, and then just head straight north. So I'm going to say that's currently our plan. Whether or not it works, I don't know. But I'm going to say that's going to be our plan for the next part. But I am going to end it here with that. Because then I can... Because I don't want to start doing that. Even, yeah. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching. And I will see you next time for more.